Hello everyone, it's Gamer0 here, and I'm making a post for a build on Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet for the AMR Grim Reaper Sniper. If you are making a build for the sniper, you want to have 155 strength. Whenever you make a build for a weapon, you want to build it around that weapon, because otherwise you will not be able to optimize your stats for what it is that you're using, so you could have the best defense and damage combination. So if you put something else on it just because it's able to fit in here, you would actually be making your build less effective. So this is specifically what you want to do for the stats. You want 155 strength, so that way you can hold your Grim Reaper. 102 vitality, because if you go less than this, you will not be able to get Healing Field 4. 231 intelligence. 221 is all it takes for Power Field 4, but you also want Guard Field 4, which takes 10 more, so 231. AGI, most defense. It has the most defense out of every stat. Vitality adds the middle ground defense, and luck adds the least defense, but it still does add some, which is still important. AGI adds the way more than any of the others. While monsters have more HP, because that's the reason you're able to deal so much damage to them in large chunks of numbers, because they have a lot of HP, but they have almost no defense. Humanoids are built the other way around. You're supposed to have low HP because you can't really ever get it very high. So to prevent you from taking too much damage, from things taking too much damage from you, too much of a chunk of HP, you need defense to keep large chunks from being taken out. Dex for the extra damage, and luck to get as many crits as possible, because this AMR Grim Reaper is basically useless if you cannot get a crit with it. It is a crit sniper. It is built specifically for crits, and it's really good with crits, but without them it does nothing. It's completely useless. So that is the reason that you take away from vitality in order to have luck, so you can have at least 182 luck. Vitality adds the second most amount of defense, luck third, AGI gives the most. Power Field and Guard Field 4. Yeah, I'm sure I don't need to explain to you what that is. Power Field 4 obviously does more damage, Guard Field 4 adds more defense. Human Fortress 1. You don't want to go above this, because Human Fortress 1 still has the main effect of Human Fortress that keeps you from getting knocked back or staggered whenever an enemy's shaking the ground or something, or hits you. You just can stand there and take it while still firing at them. But if you go above this, it will start adding defense. And if you have a defense that is lower than your Guard Field or power or armor form, you will be reapplying it with a weaker buff, which will actually weaken you. So that's why you want to use only version 1, so you don't do that, because even Human Fortress 4 can only go up to armor form and Guard Field 3, and that is the most it could do. Skill Free Shot 2, you actually should just put on 4 if you have it. I only have 2 on here because I haven't bothered to level it up yet. I don't really do PvE, though I do know what I am talking about. I am good at it, I just don't like doing it. I'm a PvP player. Skill Freeze, it'll keep Levere, if you shoot it at her in Special Challenge or Special Invitation, it'll keep her from moving sometimes, but what it will always do is make sure that she can't use her skills, so she can't grab you, can't poison you, can't use heat detonator on you, anything like that to do any crazy damage. And honestly, when you're dealing with the Special Challenge or Special Invitation, she's honestly the most annoying thing. Get rid of her, you can take care of the boss. It's really that simple. Hyper Awareness. Because you're using a pistol for your buffs, you are able to have the weapon art, so you could continuously reapply Hyper Awareness, and as long as you're not jumping, dodging, or doing pretty much any animations, as long as you're mostly just standing there and shooting, Hyper Awareness should be able to kick in and protect you. So you could just continuously reapply it. Shield Matrix 2 for defense, because you're invincible during the time that you are on the ground like a turtle. And then Healing Field 4, so that way you can heal yourself and your allies. and viral shot 4. Now, an interesting effect that this does not tell you about that you will find is while armor break and power break shoot faster and recharge faster, so like if you were in PvP, they would be harder to dodge, and you would be able to affect more enemies more spread apart because within a shorter amount of time, because they recharge significantly faster. Viral shot 4 is good because it gets power break and armor break in one shot, but what it does not tell you is that it appears to increase the amount of crits you can get. So on something like the AMR Grim Reaper, this specific debuff is very, very helpful. Anti-ailment kit 2 is to prevent yourself from getting poisoned, blazed, or stunned. You should always have it whether you're playing PvE or PvP. First aid kit 2 for healing, resurrection kit for reviving yourself, not yourself, your allies, sorry. Electromag stun traps, that way you can just stun things and knock them down. I will say, if you are in PvP, I would not recommend hyper awareness. I would recommend having explosive shot 4. Then you could just shoot the ground at like a sword user or something, and you crit, they die. So their sword barrier wouldn't really help them out very much. In place of skill freeze, instead of having that, because honestly, in my opinion, it is majorly cheap to use, I would just put speed form there. It would allow you to run towards people and get the and run away from them as needed, and get the upper hand that you need. And in place of this, I would, in place of Electromag stun trap in PvP, I would have metamaterial camouflage. Yep, metamaterial camouflage, because it doesn't really make you invisible, but for people with worse sight, it does make it harder for you to see, for them to see you, I will say. But what it does is make it so that way bullet circle cannot target you for the duration that it is active, so people have to actually aim at you when you are using that. It does not matter which pistol you use. I just have the bounty type Z long stroke on here because I can. As far as snipers go, this is what you want your PvE sniper to look like. This is what you want your co-op sniper to look like. Exactly. This is a perfect role for it. The only way that this would actually be any better is if crit damage or max HP was in place of weapon attack, because the physical power, I mean, like, it'll do the same thing but better if you just have one of those chips in place, because it's a bigger number than 30%. But anyway, as for PvP, you can just have all your stats look the same in PvP, but for this sniper build. But this is what you want. This is specifically what you want your PvP Grim Reaper to look like. If it looks any different than this, then you do not have a good one, and go for another one. When it comes to your accessories, HP recovery is always good because it adds a boost to already existing recovery, which is also something that Shield Matrix kind of affects in a way, so they're a really broken combination. But the thing is, if you're taking damage, it'll take a little bit for you to start healing again from First Aid Kit 2. So you need to be able to not get hit, and so you can start healing after like a second, 2 seconds, and then it'll heal up way faster than HP recovery in over a minute. But that's all this does, is add existing recovery speeds. I mean, it adds speed to your existing recovery, so it goes along with First Aid Kit 2 to help you heal faster. Avoid instant death is good because if you're at 10% or more, you will not instantly die from one singular hit. And HP recovery in over a minute is not as fast as HP recovery, but it in and of itself is constant healing. Even while you're taking damage, you are still healing. So that mixed with avoid instant death is a really good thing to have, especially if you have dex and luck on an accessory, because then you will have increased damage and increased crit rate as well. So that is a very good thing to have. And if you have something with a strength stat boost, you can actually take away from the strength stat on here, keep from what it is, as long as you have 9. Actually, you don't even. So just make sure that you have at least 155 strength on here, including the stat boosts, because that way, if you do that, you can still hold your sniper. And all those stats, you could put the extra stats into getting at least 200 luck. If you have that, I highly recommend it. That 200 luck will make a massive difference in your crits. I just made it like this, that way people who don't have good accessories have something to go off of. And anything extra, like obviously you could put extra into your luck for crits if you have enough defense, if you want to do that. But if you want more defense, you would put the extra stats that you have freed up after getting 200 luck into vitality for more defense. That is a very important thing that you could do that I would highly recommend. So now all that we have left to do is go test this in co-op. Just keep in mind, you could, as I said, you could also use this for PvP. So anyway, speed form 4, don't forget it, very useful in PvP. All right, so all we have left to do is test this in co-op. So let's get to it, and I hope you enjoy the video.
いですよ。
ここよ。
いいですよ。いいですよ。尊敬します。
終わらせる。
尊敬します。尊敬します。尊敬します。
設置した。
尊敬します。いいですよ。いいですよ。
すごいすごいすごい。いい動きいい動き。
恐縮です。いいですよ。いい
やる
ですよ。いいですよ。尊敬します。
すごいいい動き
尊敬します。
いい動きすごいいい動き
尊敬します。尊敬します。
すごいすごい
いいですよ。
いい動きすごい
いいですよ。
すごいいい
ありがとうございます。
動き繰り出さないスタン
ダウン。攻撃を。
デバッグ成功はあいい感じ
ラストはすぐそこです。尊敬します。
ありがとう
恐縮です。
いい動きいい動き
いいですよ。
いい動き
いいですよ。
すごい
いいですよ。
すごい
ありがとうございます。いいですよ。
いい動き
いいですよ。いいですよ。
いい動き
尊敬します。いいですよ。尊敬します。いいですよ。
すごい
尊敬します。
すごいいい動きいい経験になった
いいですよ。
悪くない
いいですよ。
パワーアップした
尊敬します。
いい動き
いいですよ。
ありがとう
いいですよ。尊敬します。
すごい
尊敬します。
すごい
恐縮です。いいですよ。尊敬します。尊敬します。尊敬します。
回復しないと
尊敬します。尊敬します。尊敬します。
いい動き
尊敬します。
パワーいい動き
尊敬します。
これでいい動きいい動きすごい
いいですよ。いいですよ。
いい動き
尊敬します。
いい動
尊敬します。
きいい動き
いいですよ。尊敬します。いいですよ。いいですよ。
いい動き
尊敬します。
すごい
いいですよ。いいですよ。
いい動きすごいいい経験になったデバッグ成功
ダウン。攻撃を。
ちょっと楽しめたわ